Episode 39. Episode 39. Sunny.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We have quite possibly our most famous guest to date.
That's pretty exciting.
It is, bro. For us.
I've never been that before.
Dude, we're up and coming, bro, but like we shot for the stars and we're like Grizz. Hell yeah. We got Fernando I don't even try to. I saw it and it had a bunch of vowels in it, and I'm like,
aren't you Mexican?
I should have tried it. I'm a no sabo kid, bro.
Okay, all right.
I'm like Iris, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. It's Fernando Antonio Montejano.
Oh,
Montejano. Bro, you can say that.
Yeah. Montejano. I thought
now you can
I
say
didn't know if it was like Montenegro.
Don't be mean
Just
to
stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Eric, play the intro, please.
These clothes.
Okay, welcome back for real. Sonny, get off. Dude, you're distracted today.
Sorry.
Get the ADD on you, bro. Grizz, Fernando Montejano.
Yeah, there you go.
Montejano.
You got it.
You got his middle name.
Grizz.
I knew you had it in you.
The Grizz from 93.1 Kiss FM. So excited that you were able to come and do this podcast with us, man. It means a lot to us because we're up and coming. This is our 39th episode. We're not even a year old.
Wow.
And so we're like, let's ask whoever. Let's just shoot our shot. And if people, worst thing they can do is be like, fuck no, you know? And then we move on.
Leave you on red.
Leave us on red. I've been left on red.
I thought about it. I was like, I was like, they're probably gonna come back into the studio someday, so I'm gonna have to.
I'm so glad. Yeah, dude, we did you a favor, so I was like, scratch your back, you scratch our back, bro.
No, I was excited. I think since we had you guys on for some of the I think the Dia de los Muertos event that was happening, right?
Yeah.
And so when you guys were there, it was already a fun time. You know, I enjoyed it. And then you guys told us that you had a podcast, and so I checked out some of the episodes of the podcast and I followed and everything, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So I was like, okay. As soon as you guys invited me, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Plus, you know, I like getting invited to stuff. So,
dude, hey, if you're out there, invite Grizz to stuff, man.
Hey, man,
He shows up.
I'm a fun guest.
He's here. You know what I mean? We were also going to have Iris on. Mm-hmm. Iris was already gung ho as of like the day before. Whenever this comes out on Sunday, but the day before we recorded this, Iris was a go. But she has to pick up her son. Turns out he was going to have stuff going on that she couldn't, get somebody to pick him up. So she couldn't make it. So, but
that was her excuse anyway.
That was her excuse. I'm not gonna say if that's really what she wanted to do. She probably thought like, oh fuck, I thought it was the other podcast. Hold on, let me tell them that I'm not down. And so now we get it. Life happens. I have 2 kids of my own, so I know how it is. I have twin daughters. They don't go to school. They just turned 1 last week, actually.
So you don't know yet.
I don't know yet what it's like to pick up your kids from anywhere because usually I just go to my mother-in-law's house or my mom's house and be like, hey, I'm here for my kids.
Yeah, that's a little easier, I guess.
It's a little easier until it's time to go to bed. And then having twins is like, then that's the real challenge.
You know what? Okay, so I know they're only 1 right now, but are you seeing any of like the weird twin stuff that they talk about? Like where twins have like telepathy or they know what the other one's thinking and stuff like that?
I wish that was the case. I'm going to tell you something that this is something that people don't want to hear, but it's true. They don't really like each other. They do not like spending time in close proximity.
Maybe it's because they're too young and they look at each other and they're like, what the hell? Like, why am I seeing myself?
Yeah. So anything that you have, you better have 2 of them because if they want it, they're going to fight over it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was one time I was trying to calm one down and I had a toy, right? And then the other one started crying and it saw the toy and I was like, oh, I only have one. So I threw the toy and I was like, nope, no one's getting that toy.
No one's getting the toys. Yeah. So that's just the way it is. But it's fine. And I love it. I love every minute of it. So Iris, I know what it is. Kids come first. Death in the Hoodie comes way later. But Grizz, you mentioned that we originally met you and Iris. Well, I knew Iris from before.
Yeah.
Personal stuff. I met her through our cousin Stephanie, but we met you when we went to go tell our ghost stories and talk about Dia de los Muertos, and that was a lot of fun. And I was like, man, let's get them on. So it was cool meeting you, and it was cool. Thank you guys for considering us to be on your show.
Yeah, it was a cool
That
experience to be on the
fun.
radio.
Yeah.
It's different.
I mean, one of the things that me and Iris have been trying to do is really like uplift the city, try and get as many people who are doing local things on to talk about what they do, to talk about who they are, because I don't know, that for me was like a big deal when I was growing up, listening to the radio and hearing people from our town or from my city or whatever it was that I was at, and hearing them talk about, I don't know, the different stuff that they do, hearing a radio station that has a lot of reach, being able to pull on little people and say, yeah, this is our city, this is what represents us, this is what we want to have on,
Yeah. I think that's so awesome. And when we were there, when you asked us, I was like, sure, because I had already gone with my mom to promote the other spirit, the cemetery crawl, as we call it.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't as nerve wracking because my mom took the reins. And I was just there as like backup just in case she forgotten anything. So she even had her notes. You know how mom does it.
Yeah.
And then I would just chime in like, we're also going to have this. And and so that one wasn't a big deal for me, But then when it was us, I'm like, I can do this. I did this already. And then when we got there, dude, and then we were waiting in the lobby, me and Sonny are sitting there like quiet as fuck. And for us to be quiet, something's up. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I look at her, I'm like, I'm fucking nervous. And she's like, me too.
Don't be nervous.
I'm trying not to be nervous. But as soon as we walked into the building, I was like, fuck, this is going to be different.
No, man, it's so
we
chill.
took a picture of like the wall and we're like, we got all quiet because we're like, what do we talk about? Like, what do we say? Like, what do we run out of things to say?
Yeah.
Everybody comes in that way. Everybody comes in thinking it's going to be like super, super nerve wracking.
Yeah.
And I maybe it's like a testament to me and Iris, but I like that people wind up leaving being like, it was so chill. Like, we had such a good time.
Yeah.
It wound up being very comfortable.
Oh, yeah. You guys make it super easy to talk to. It's like, and that also, I think it helped us because I was like, damn, how they treat their guests and how they involve their guests makes it so easy. Easy. So I was like, it was like notes. We stole the style from you. We're like, hey, we should treat our guests like that. Cause dude, and then so like I broke the ice because I was like, as soon as we start talking, like the nerves will fall.
Yeah.
And in the back of my head, I was like, don't cuss. Don't cuss.
Oh,
don't
that
cuss.
was hard.
Right.
That was hard. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard.
That's hard for Iris sometimes.
Yeah, Sonny is a sailor, bro. And I'm not too far behind.
And so I was talking slow because I was like, man, I have to think about every word I'm gonna say
like,
before I say it. Yeah.
In the back of my head, it was like, fuck, shit. Ass.
Well, you guys did really good then.
Yeah, but you know what the crazy thing is? I wasn't nervous, and then we mentioned something about the podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, so it's on there. It's uncensored, and I was just kind of mentioning it, and you're like, well, we're censored here, so watch your mouth.
No, yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh,
Grizz looked at it, I was like, oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
I made you nervous all over again.
You're gonna pay the fee, and I was like,
I was like, there's a fee?
I was like, I'm broke.
Yeah,
I can't pay for shit.
I can't get fined.
I look over and say, I was like, well, fuck.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do
No,
that.
dude, but it was funny.
No,
like, it was cool
was
because
cool, yeah.
I even laughed.
It
I
made
was
us
like,
like switch
oh,
it,
no.
like, oh shoot, look at it, be careful.
But then right after that, we went to you played a song. You guys went to like a break for a song. And then I was like, all right, I shook it off. I'm good,
I thought you guys were a lot of fun. I remember thinking that because I think you guys asked us afterwards about coming onto the podcast. You guys were like, maybe we can get you on sometime. Yeah. And I knew I was down, but I figured it would take a while for Iris to have like an open schedule to be able to come out and do it.
Got a lot going
yeah,
on.
she's always really busy.
Dude, you have a lot going on too, man. You say, you say that like Iris, but I know that you do. He does another radio station in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Classical music, bro. Classical music. Can you talk more about that? Like,
Yeah.
What does that entail? Like, you obviously don't drive or fly all the way to Nebraska, right?
So actually, that was how I got my start on the radio. Was at a classical music radio station. It's a nonprofit radio station that runs out of the University of Nebraska.
Yeah.
So if you're a college football fan, the Huskers,
The Cornhuskers,
Yeah,
right?
the Cornhuskers. Yeah, they're UNL, the University of Nebraska at Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then there's another campus, UNO, and then there's like 3 other campuses. I think maybe there's only 3 total. I don't know. That cut that out if I'm wrong. But we work out the UNO campus, and specifically, I was working at an opera company for about 3 years.
Yeah.
I hosted a show, a big concert, because I'm an MC. So we were on stage with the guy that I was hosting with at the time was the general manager. I'm not sure what the title is for people at radio stations that are like ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
But that dude,
El mero mero.
El mero mero. He was up top, bro.
Yeah.
And he was the one who because we were talking the whole time, because we were rehearsing for the show. I
just burped in the fucking mic.
Bless
Sorry,
you, bless you.
Jesus
Come
Christ.
on. I'm messing up
Bro,
his story.
like, come on, we're on the radio, bro. We're live.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Iris is
back on
burped
it.
live too, so
Yeah,
it's
okay.
fine.
I should stop drinking this carbonated drink over here. Okay, so you're back.
Yeah.
You were talking to the guy, the mero mero.
Yeah, El Mero Mero, yeah. And we became homies.
Yeah.
He liked me a lot. And so as soon as there was a position open at the radio station, I think it was maybe a few months after we'd had that show together, he wound up hitting me up. He sent me an email and he was like, hey, when we were talking before, I know you said you really wanted to work on the radio. He was like, well, we have a position open, so if you want to apply, go for it. So I sent in, all the stuff that they need me to send in, and bam, it was mine.
Yeah, hey, hell yeah, dude. That's so dope.
Yeah, so it's classical music, so it's Bach and Beethoven and all those dudes.
Yeah.
But I like it. I was a big fan of opera a long time ago, and that was all classical music as well. So I got to learn a lot of those composers,
cool.
and then I get to translate that to this show. So now I have a show that I do every Saturday, and I record it here. They liked me so much while I was there that when I told them I was going to move to Texas, they gave me everything I needed. They got me a laptop. They got me all of the microphones and the recording equipment, and then they got me a big case.
Wow.
Yeah, they got me this big metal case, and whenever I carry it around, I feel like a hitman, like my sniper rifle's in there. I'm about to pull it out.
Yeah. He's James Bond, bro.
James Bond of
James
recording.
Bond of the radio. That's cool, dude.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's a fun little side gig.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So you
my own little
you
show.
straight up record your show and then you stream it, or you pre-record it and send it to them and they upload it, or
But I pre-record it and then I upload it myself, so I have access to like the software basically where all the stuff is. I record everything, I take it and I pop it into the spots where it's supposed to be and make sure it looks good and sounds good.
hey, that's so
Oh,
dope,
that's
man.
cool.
That's fun. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, remote radio DJ.
Remote radio
Yeah.
DJ
That's
and in-town
awesome.
radio
And in
DJ.
town-
yeah.
And in town, dude. You're doing it all, man. You're doing it all. That is that's so awesome. And classical music is something like the younger generation. Like Sonny doesn't know much about classical
I don't know
music.
much about it, but I do like. No, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't listen to it either. I
was going down that
tried,
road.
but no, I don't like it.
I always tell people that you listen to classic music like every single day.
Yeah.
You watch TV shows and movies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of the scores, the stuff that's not like pop music that they throw
Yeah.
in there, everything else, when you're watching a scene and there's like something really intense happening and you hear like the
Yeah.
violins in the background getting louder and louder and it like builds up the emotion and the tension. All of that is done by orchestras,
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single one of those. So I always tell people, in some sense, you're listening to classic music like every single day.
You love Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry's 100% classical.
Oh, yeah,
Hell
you're
yeah.
right. Yeah, you're
Hell
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to it on purpose,
But it's there.
but it's there.
She hears
But
it
you
on
know
the
what?
radio.
It
The
helps
cat and the
the
mouse
show.
are not on.
No, the Looney Tunes ain't on right now. I'm switching this.
Yeah, no, dude, I love classical music. I took music theory and
Oh, wow.
at UTEP when I was going to UTEP, and so I know a little bit. It was a grade,
Oh, so
and
did
I had
I.
to go to like the symphonies, and you know what I mean.
I
And
forgot about that.
I actually enjoyed it.
Just
Like I
wiped it out of
actually
your brain.
enjoyed
Yeah, I forgot about that.
checking all that stuff out and listening to it. And so now, like my favorite thing to listen to, like when I'm working, because I like when I carve headstones or I'm in sandblasting, I'll listen to like I'll put on like John Williams.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to like the Star Wars score.
Get real epic.
Or
yeah,
the Jurassic Park score. And,
I wish
you know,
he was kidding about that. That's actually true.
No,
I mean,
dude.
it makes sense,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You're in the.
We'll
in the
be going to
cemetery.
like another cemetery out of town. He'll put the Star Wars song on. He's like recreating the scene. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with
my
you?
favorite one is the Darth Maul theme, like the
Yeah.
where he comes out and it's like the dun 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 dun.
It's like really intense. It's always
Yeah.
the battle music.
Yes, dude. Oh
Gives you
man.
like so much anxiety to hear that song.
It takes you like classical music takes you somewhere. You know what I mean? It,
I
like,
will give it that though. It does help you with your like emotion and stuff because it'll
Yeah.
give me anxiety when something's going on. Oh, God damn.
Yeah, when I'm like, even when like I'm sandblasting, I have like a hood on, like a mask, a respirator, and like I'm in coverall, like I'm literally, and I just have my AirPods in, and then you'll hear like Moonlight Sonata, and I'm like trying not to cry while I'm sandblasting somebody's head stuff. And it's like, dude, so I'm like I'm a secret fan. Not a lot of people know that I like classical music. But
Oh, now everybody knows.
now everybody knows. I've never mentioned that before.
Fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd. Hey,
Bitch.
hey, this side doesn't appreciate that, bro.
Eric, what's your take on this?
Yeah, what's your take? We're 2-1 right here. This dude's a fucking nerd.
He went to that side. What the hell?
He wants to be a part of the cool kids, bro.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
I am the cool kid.
He's a little kid. He's on the radio, bro. You're not on the radio.
That's Aura.
It's
Good
Aura.
radio.
Thank you.
That is-
Oh.
It's Aura. Aura, that's a Gen Z. Dude, you just got Aura. Yeah, he's got Aura.
Gen Z terminology.
You got aura'd? Is that what
No,
you were
you
gonna say?
have Aura. I
You were
did-
gonna say you got
got
aura'd.
I got a Gen Z word in my name. You know, I'm Grizz.
Grizz.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He's
fuck.
G-Riz. G-Riz, bro. I'm going to change your name in my phone.
Somebody else called me that. Alberto from KLAQ, if you know Alberto.
Yeah.
He's usually on there. He's one of the voices on the radio now. He says that all the time. He's like,
Aw.
G-Riz.
G-Riz,
And he's the
dude.
youngest person in that office. So.
It sounds like it. Sounds like it. Yeah, G-Riz. That's so dope, man.
Well, that's cool. That's cool to know that you like the classical too.
Dude,
I'm not alone.
I appreciate it. I don't know much. I like Beethoven. I like like I said, John Williams. I'll listen to Bach. Just like the top 40.
What's the
Top
other
40,
one
if
that you
will.
like? The one that's inappropriate.
Inappropriate. What are you talking about?
His name's very inappropriate. It came out on Family Guy. It was Bach and somebody else.
No, yeah, no. The Boozy?
The Boosie, yeah. But the way that guy pronounced it, because he's like Swedish or whatever, right? That
Yeah.
character, so he pronounces it like the Pussy or something like that, and he says it all gross.
He's like, you don't start with the back. You start with the Boozy,
Boozy, yeah.
and then you finish on the back. It's a Family Guy reference.
But can you put the clip up?
If I clip this, I'll put what I'm fucking
He's gonna
talking
forget.
about.
God damn it.
But dude, it's so cool, man. But no, I don't listen to Debussy. I don't.
You should. He's one of the best. He's one
Yeah?
of the best,
Okay, well
I
maybe
love
I'll
the
give it a
Seems
try.
Yeah.
I'll be a pervert and just give it a try.
So he's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you looking on, bro?"
But it's spelled with a B, not a P, bro.
Wow.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, I just classical music it was so strange when I found out, because I did my research on you, and I mentioned without even like introducing it that you spent most of your life in Nebraska,
Yeah.
right? From age 5.
Yeah. From about age 5 until pretty much my whole life. I traveled now and then, a couple of states here and there with friends and stuff like that. But yeah, Nebraska was where I lived. That was where I was at.
What do you miss from Nebraska?
Oh. Not a lot, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of cool things happen there. Probably my friends, and like maybe 1 or 2 of my family members.
Just, dude, we have those family members too, man. You're just like,
My dad's side was pretty fucked up. So
Yeah.
like that side I don't really talk as much to, but I have like a couple of cousins that I grew up with, and they're like
Yeah.
my brothers. You know,
Yeah.
like we spent all day, every day with each other for the entirety of our childhood. So
Okay,
yeah, they were
okay.
basically like my siblings. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, probably just the friends, and then maybe like a couple of food places. There's a couple of places down there
Well,
that are pretty fire.
what is like? Is there like something that for food that Nebraska is known for? Like, Barbecue?
No, probably not barbecue. I think honestly, the biggest thing that Nebraska is known for is beef, like steaks.
Steaks.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you've ever heard of the company Omaha Steaks. Yeah, I was gonna say Omaha Steaks.
Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I live.
I don't hear much about Nebraska, so I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, Omaha Steaks is like a really, really popular like steak company. Big companies send their gifts for Omaha Steaks to like their shareholders and their stakeholders.
Oh, it's like the really expensive, like huge ass steak.
Yeah, Dad ordered some for 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
He ordered some, and it gets delivered with dry ice.
Yeah.
And those are the steaks he made.
They're fancy
Omaha
as hell.
steaks.
They're very fancy.
Yeah.
That's one of the big ones. But the one thing that I like the most is called a runza. It's a runza sandwich. It's a little sandwich. It's basically like a hot pocket. It's like a bunch of meat, and then outside is bread. It's all breaded. But it's delicious. And the way they cook it, the way they make it, they throw like a bunch of different ingredients in there. You can have it with cheese, without cheese. They change it up and make it like Italian style, a whole bunch of different things. But it's like a German sandwich. So it's like a white people thing,
Cool.
White people think I'm hungry now.
Honestly, I always really liked it. I thought it was fire as hell. Plus, that place made some of the best like French onion dip. I don't know if anybody here has French onion dip, but it was fire. It was a fire dip, and I would dip my fries in that shit, and it was amazing. Amazing.
Damn, man. Yeah. I'll try out. What was that called? The pocket, the meat pocket?
The meat pocket? That's what it's called. Don't call it anything else. Go to Nebraska and be like, hey, can you find me a good meat pocket?
the guy's like, yeah, come to the back. I'll show you the meat pocket.
Go over to Leavenworth Street. That's where all the meat pockets are all at.
Oh, shit.
No, it's a runza sandwich.
A runza.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it and sound stupid, but I think I still stand it.
You got to sound stupid sometimes, man, okay?
Happens.
Don't be afraid of it.
It happens. So, Nebraska, then you came over here because you had your family you're originally from El Paso.
Yep.
And you came back and then you got the job at 93.1, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of. So I came back God, when was it? It was the summer of 20 I've only been, I can't even remember now. But I think 2023, summer of 2023 in May, I came back down here. My sister had passed the year before. Okay. And so I came back down here to help my mom. Oh. So when I got here, I was just trying to find whatever work I could, try and support, pay the bills, all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I met Richie from the Barbed Wire Open Mic. And I help run the Barbed Wire Open Mic. I'm the director of engagement for the Barbed Wire Open Mic.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, we're the biggest open mic in the city. We've been recognized by the city. We actually just had December 13th was Barbed Wire Open Mic Day, where El Paso has like recognized us for what we've done. Cool. So I love it. I get to do that. I get to host a bunch of shows there. And then it was not until, believe it or not, actually last year, December last year was when the radio station finally hit me up. So I had been in El Paso for almost a year at that point, and I still didn't have steady work. And then they finally got me on LinkedIn, and they were like, hey, so, we saw you got radio experience. Would you want to audition for this position? And I was like, okay, cool. And at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know how big the station was. I didn't know exactly like what I was going into. And on top of that, I also didn't know that I was going to be replacing Mike. I had no idea that, because he was such a big radio personality in the city. Mm-hmm. And I, again, because I hadn't lived here for so long, I didn't really know that. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know how big that was.
Yeah, because when we were young, it was the Mike and Trish in the morning.
Right. It was Mike and Trisha.
And then Mike and Iris.
And then Mike and Iris once Trisha left.
And then Iris and Grizz.
Mm-hmm. And now it's us two. Yeah. And I think before that, it was just Iris. Iris was just there by herself.
She was.
Yeah,
for a little while.
Mike left.
How the heck do you do radio by yourself? Like, I feel like that's hard. Like, the last time Sunny almost couldn't make it to a podcast when it was just going to be me and her. And I looked at Eric and I'm like, you think I could do it? Just me?
Just sit here and talk?
Just sit here and talk? And I was like, you're going to have to talk a lot more.
I'm going to just text him. He's going to be like, okay, she said this.
And I was like, damn, I don't know. But yeah, dude, like that I guess that's pretty hard.
It's hard, yeah. And she had to do it for almost a year, just by herself on the station. And I know now, like whenever she gets sick and I have to do it by myself, it does sometimes, like I'll think that. I'll be like, man, what am I going to talk about all day by myself?
Yeah.
And it's easier to be funny with somebody else too. It's easier to riff back and forth. Like, I don't think that I'm unfunny by myself, but it's just easier when you got a buddy,
Yeah. Because there'll be some times where like I'll be talking about something and Sunny would just like throw in a punchline that like makes fun of me or whatever, and then we like the banter. you need the
Yeah.
banter.
It
right?
works.
Yeah, so
it's
what you
just
need.
good. Yeah. If you got the right person, it just feels the banter feels nice.
And then I was gonna ask you. I had one of the questions that was gonna be, is your radio voice different from your regular voice?
Yeah.
And it is.
Is it?
It is.
Okay,
Because
hold
you know
on.
what was crazy?
What's my
He's
normal voice?
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Goofy in the building.
Oh, yup. There you go.
God damn, dude. Yeah. So that's how Grizz sounds originally. Like when he came in, he was like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And then as soon as he put the headphones on, he's like, "This is mine.
It just changes. It's
This
automatic.
is my radio voice." That's crazy, dude. Like, so I was gonna ask you that, and then as soon as you put the as soon as you put the headphones
radio
on, the radio,
Jesus
you put
Christ, bro, he's a fucking idiot.
Come on, we're having a good time. We're having a good
There's
time.
the punchline.
You know what I mean?
She got you.
There it is.
Damn.
There it is.
Examples right off
Yeah,
the bat.
yeah. She's a
No,
bitch.
I feel you.
Fuck you. Stupid.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
dude.
Change the fucking color on your mic, bro. It's fucking driving me crazy.
Oh, what is it?
There.
Yellow?
Okay, cool.
What's it supposed to be? What's mine?
Yours is yellow.
Oh, is that
But
okay?
his just doesn't make sense.
Oh, dude, she's all about like it needs to be her way. The aesthetic look. She didn't pay for shit in this studio, but the way things look on camera,
I show up.
the way things
There
look
you
on
go.
camera, like she will bitch
Hey,
about
if
it.
she's got an eye
something's
for
wrong.
it, let her do it, you
Yeah.
know? I get
But
it.
Exactly.
I feel it. It's
Yeah, stop
aesthetic.
complaining.
It helps. It helps. At least in that way, she pitches in. I still have yet to see like a penny from anything that's in there.
Bro, I have like negative 43 cents, okay? So you want
There you
them?
go. There you go. I only got like $18. I only got $18 in my account.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, all of us, tomorrow's payday for me. I'm scraping along.
Lucky.
Stupid.
My payday's not until next week. But you know what? I guess I do a lot of gigs, so the money comes in other ways.
There
you
you
know?
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I know that you do the open mic, and that was a good way that you mentioned that because I wanted to touch on that.
Yeah.
When you say open mic, does that just mean any type of media?
For the most part, so the Barbed Wire is a little different because we are funded through an English like literature nonprofit.
Okay.
So because they're all about like the literary arts,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff that we do is more focused on music and writing. So we got like lots of poets and stuff. But we do have open exactly. Snap it out.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of we do have a couple of mics where we do everything. So even comedians will come through, and we used to do it more frequently. But I think maybe like the comedy scene shifted a little bit, and we were getting some pretty like
Raunchy stuff?
Not even raunchy. Sometimes they were just aggressive. Like they'd get mad that nobody was laughing at their jokes, and then they'd start attacking the crowd. And they'd be
Holy
like,
shit.
Screw you, homos!
Yeah, dude. Just like,
Damn.
dude, tone it down. You know, that is so hard, like to get up and do poetry or get up and do like at least 5 minutes of jokes.
Hell yeah!
I could not, bro.
I mean,
could not.
I definitely don't. I've never tried my hand at stand-up comedy, like because that feels really difficult.
Yeah.
But I am a poet. I'm a performer, so like I do a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But like comedy, I don't know why comedy feels hard. Like I'll go up and talk about like all my emotions and like all my
Yeah.
sadness, and I'll
Yeah.
just be like real vulnerable.
It's because you don't expect like a reaction for that. But like we're
Maybe.
laughing, it's like you have to like keep people laughing, you
That's
know?
maybe that's what it is. So maybe I'm like nervous.
I think because I don't know. I've only been like on the other side. I've been to like poetry night, and I've also been to like open mics. I think what it is that people appreciate because a lot of the times the poetry is coming from passion.
Yeah.
It's coming from somewhere like in deep in here. You know, you mean what you say,
That's an organ.
and your soul, baby, your soul, and that this is an organ.
Thank you.
The,
You're stupid.
and stand up is more like it can be fake. It
Yeah.
could be something made up. It could be something that isn't necessarily funny, and you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough. We went and we supported a comedy scene. Feed the Senses. He does like open mics, and he gets local comedians to like do 5 minutes and kind of just have like a little. It's like a promotion of like whatever bar they're at and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And man, like I was sitting there and I was like, it wasn't as great of a turnout as they thought it was gonna be. So there was like maybe like 15, 20 people in the crowd, and I was
Not
like,
even.
not maybe
Like
not
10.
even maybe like 10. I was trying to be nice, but I was like, holy shit, people are still gonna perform.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I need like my laugh is important.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like your
10% of the laugh in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then it's worse though, because then I feel like it sucks when you're like one of the few people in the audience, because then when somebody goes up and these comedians start doing stuff, and if they don't say something funny, do you force the laugh?
Yeah,
you
you know
still
That's what I
go for
told
it.
Louis too. I was like, what if they're not funny?
Right.
Like, what am I supposed to
and
do?
I just like looked at her. I was like, you fucking fake the laugh, bro. You know
Just
what I mean?
make them feel good.
Just make
okay?
them feel good. Yeah,
They say like
'cause-
the worst
But
thing
also,
in
it's
there.
because a lot of comedy things are not like advertised as much anymore, so nobody really knows like where to go to
Yeah.
the, like. To
There's
go
only
for that
there's
stuff.
only a couple of like here in El Paso especially. There's only a few comedians that I know that are really really good
Yeah.
about advertising all the stuff that they're
Yeah.
doing, or even like advertising other people's stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I maybe
Just as
I
of
don't know.
as of recent, we goddamn, I'm fumbling over my words. Just as a reason, as of
still did it any holy shit. I'm out of here, man.
oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm leaving. This
As of
podcast is
recent-
garbage.
As of recent, with the podcast, like being in like the podcast realm, like the Bro Monroe show, the Takeover guys, they're in the big time into the comedy scene.
Yeah.
So now that we follow them, I do know like the Chuco Town comedy guys
Yeah,
and Anthony Austin Brown.
Yeah,
and,
who's got a special coming up soon? Yeah.
Jeremy Stretch.
Oh, Stretch is great. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to high school with like his older brother.
Oh.
So I knew him as like another name, and I was like, oh shit, that's Joe Ray's little brother.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Jeremy
What
Stretch
the
is Joe Ray's
heck?
little brother.
That's weird. He
And
left you on red. That's
No.
sad. Just kidding.
Oh shit.
And that's
No.
on the podcast.
No,
Just kidding. Wrong one. Just
Stretch is a
kidding.
friend of mine. I'll ask him about
No,
that.
Jeremy did say he wanted to do it. Jeremy said he wanted to do it. I actually wanted to get Joe Ray and Jeremy at the same time because they're both. I thought Joe Ray was the funnier brother, so I was like, "Holy shit, Jeremy's the funnier brother!" Like, damn, I need to see this. So yeah, but yeah, that's how we know because of the podcast realm. We're barely starting to learn the comedy scene.
Yeah.
We're not like that much. Like we haven't gotten any comedians on yet. I do want to get some comedians on,
Yeah.
but we're kind of just slowly making our way there. I was just. You just happened to say yes before anybody else. So we're like, hell yeah.
And I'm not even a comedian.
Dude, you're funny though, bro.
Oh, thanks,
You got
man.
the quick punchlines. I do like that.
I
I
appreciate
just, it's really cool. It's surprising that you have your hands in like so many things going on in the ice in the middle of the thing. You have so many things going on.
I was chewing the ice for her, and I was like, "Oh, I can hear myself."
She's just
I didn't even hear it.
no.
No.
Oh,
Thought you were
shit.
just breathing real heavy.
She just did a lot of laughing. She went up some stairs.
Bro, leave me alone.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Jesus
You
Christ.
were talking about, God, this podcast sucks. No, you were
the
saying
comedians that you want to have on here.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to have comedians on here, but I do want to like slowly get there because I don't want to just like boom comedian like because I feel like once we have one on, I'm gonna want to get the other. So I want to space them out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We have a lot of in the new year. We're trying to set up like a multi-camera thing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even get like a better table so that we can have more guests on at once. Right now we're limited to just like 4 people on camera. So we're trying to do something where it's like different media, different type. You good?
I kicked
He
the light.
hit the light.
It's okay.
He hit the light.
Oh, you did,
Ah,
Yeah,
damn
dude.
it.
We were all
Make
scared
me
it was
get
gonna
up
fall.
again.
dude.
Do it
This
then.
podcast is normal.
Okay.
They're gonna fight.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's
Right back
flipping
to
them
you.
off.
I'm down.
Hey guys, come on.
I'll watch it. I'll watch a fight.
Grizz is here, baby. Grizz.
Hi.
So make it a good fight.
Make
all
it a
right?
good fight. At least make it worth it. There's a lot of
Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
this podcast is like 90%
How old are you?
this.
Well, you guys are siblings, so
Yeah,
I
bro.
can't say.
Well, you said it the last time.
14.
Fucking idiot.
14.
You're
No
fucking 14.
way.
Idiot.
Damn, I gotta watch my language.
Nah, bro. He cusses more than you.
That's true. I don't cuss that much.
I
I
did-
usually do.
You usually do? Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering that because you said Iris has problems cussing on air.
I just, I'm more conscious of it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I know when not to do it, And so I'm fine with it. But as soon as the microphones are off, I mean, Iris and I probably get canceled for some of the stuff we say.
Yeah.
They would kick us off the air.
No, yeah, I worry about that. You know, that's crazy because like cancel culture is like super, like that's new for like the radio, because before there was some people on the radio that would like Howard Stern.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's changed though. He's such like a puppy dog now.
He's
you know?
woke now.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if he's woke.
Dude, in comparison to the way he was before, like early 2000s,
Yeah.
where he was like slut shaming strippers on live air.
Maybe
You know what I
maybe
mean?
he just had like an epiphany, you know? Maybe in his head he was like, man, I don't want to be mean to people anymore.
I think he was just afraid that he's gonna lose his job. you know?
Maybe. I don't think so. I feel like Howard Stern could keep doing what he's doing. I mean, look at Joe Rogan.
I think Joe
Rogan's the
Rogan-
most popular podcast in the world.
Yeah, and I think he's the only one that's almost uncancelable.
Yeah. I mean, at this
Right?
point,
Who?
I mean,
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because Joe Rogan says some
Because
he
he'll
says a
say
bunch of stuff,
whatever, and
yeah.
it's just entertaining, like to everybody.
But you know what it is though, is that he's not working for somebody. You really gonna eat chips right now? You really gonna do
Put
it?
the chips away.
Joe Rogan really. Look at it.
She was hiding him
The
under
fact
the
that
table.
you try to do it slower almost makes it feel like it's gonna be fucking louder. Hold on, let's see you pop a chip in your mouth.
Yeah, let's watch this. Let's watch this happen.
That's gonna get bad.
That's gonna get very mad.
Here we go. Don't be shy. Crunch into the microphone. We're all waiting for it.
Dude.
This has turned into an ASMR podcast.
All right, I'm good.
You're not good. You're not done.
You're not finished the last one.
Yeah, you wanted this.
Oh, you're on there,
You brought this on yourself.
dude.
Okay.
Dude, I love Grizz, bro. I love him so much. Dude, if you don't get invited to a lot of places, you're going to every one of my parties, bro. And I can throw a lot of parties.
Hey, you know what?
Mom
I don't
does.
go to parties anyway.
Yeah, we'll invite you. But as I was saying, yeah, the only reason Joe Rogan doesn't get canceled,
It's because he's got 1 million people, like a billion followers.
that and it's his own deal.
I mean,
like,
that's
it's his
true.
own production.
Yeah.
He doesn't work for a
Yeah.
studio. He doesn't work for like a podcast company.
Plus,
Yeah.
people go to see him because they want to know like the cheese man of like what's going on in the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no matter what he says, it's like, oh shit, like that's what's going on. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you
'cause,
know
like,
what you're getting into.
it's crazy that like even when you look back, like podcast is kind of taken over
Radio.
like radio in a way that like, how do I word this? But I think that's why a lot of people are doing like Buzz has like the after like the Buzz podcast, because people are moving over, and then even like 93.1 has it online, so you can even stream, because people are like leaning towards.
I mean, there's more freedom
That.
in podcasts, you know, like there's you don't have a sponsor. And even if you do get sponsors, I mean, typically you're getting a sponsor from somebody who knows what you're
what your
about.
podcast is
Yeah,
already. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they want to advertise on the podcast that you're doing, so they don't want you to change anything. So
Yeah.
the podcasts, you just have a lot more freedom to do what you want, to do the show how you want it without having to. Because like the biggest thing with radio for us, the thing that I think I hate the most,
Yeah.
don't fire me. The thing that I don't like the most is how corporate it is, you know? So
Yeah.
like even if we wanted to like chill and talk for just 4 hours, like the way Buzz does,
Yeah.
because they just be talking. They talk
Oh,
for
yeah.
4 hours
They
straight.
talk.
There's barely any music. They really only break for the commercials. They're just talking the whole time. If we wanted to do that, I mean, we would have to basically we would have to like give in to so like studios pay us to make sure that these music is playing, you know.
Right.
So like we have to have certain playlists going. We have to have a certain amount of airtime for the music. So like we can't talk as long as other people can.
If you don't play Taylor Swift twice an hour, there's gonna be hell to pay.
There's gonna be hell to pay, and I don't know the logistics of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know like everything about how it works. I just know that we have a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of stuff we can't do, and it's not necessarily stuff we can't talk about.
Yeah.
but there are like ways that we have to approach stuff.
Of course,
you know, yeah.
of course, because you're on air. it's supposed to be PG. You're supposed to, I mean,
Well,
'cause-
especially for our demographic,
Yeah.
because like a different group of people listens to KLAQ than listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when you've got the moms and the dads who are driving their kids to school in the morning, when you're people at the hospitals are listening to you, people in office jobs, though they have their radios on.
Yeah.
That we have to be a little bit friendlier. We
Yeah,
have to be a
behave.
little bit exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's so cool, and I think that it would be something pretty crazy, this is kind of what I was getting to, is that you and Iris, or maybe just you know what I mean, that would be cool for you to do like your own like little podcast, because I think you have a lot of interesting stuff to say. Like whenever I hear you guys talking on the radio, I'm like, man, I wish they had more time to expand on like these interesting facts he's giving, or whatever you guys are talking about that day. I'm like, man, they could really just run on and do this for a long time.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you should look into it. I always encourage a lot of people to start a podcast because we did it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to be alone.
Go do it too.
Go do it.
But then what if like ours gets bigger than yours?
I'm fine with that. Yours is obviously going to be bigger than ours.
You don't
bro.
know. You
You're
don't
going to
know.
be like, all you have to do is like, on air. Hey guys, all the way. Also, I have a podcast. Boom. The next day you have more followers than us. I'm sure.
No. I haven't been podcasting, but I have been reviewing movies lately.
Really?
Yeah, because I got it's super cool. I'm actually really excited about this. At the beginning of December, I was announced as the cable TV and DirecTV's chief of cheer. So there was a big national sort of competition. People were auditioning or not auditioning, but applying, and I wound up winning it. And so basically, they're paying me $2,500 to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days. And I've been doing little movie reviews for every single one. Yeah,
Damn.
They even sent me like a fat ass soft blanket, and then they sent me they set me up with 7 streaming services free for a year. So
that's cool.
and that's all I got to do. All I got to do is watch and talk about the movies and the streaming services that I'm watching them on, and it's been pretty dope. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I already like movies anyway.
and you
so.
just
Well, if
review.
you can recommend somebody, I got that. I could do that.
Yeah, bro. She can.
I
She's the
love
biggest
watching
couch
movies.
potato.
Hell yeah, dude. Me too.
Yeah.
Me
She
too.
loves to.
Bitch potato.
Bitch potato.
What did you say?
That
Eric
wasn't
from the
even-
back. Eric
didn't
with
hear
the
him.
3-pointer.
Bro, that was good. He called you a bitch potato. It's not even clever. It's not even that clever. It's just fucking
What does that
funny.
even mean, bro?
Because you're a bitch and you're potato too.
Couch potato.
Fuck you.
Just
All right.
picture like a potato
Fuck you.
and somebody drills your face on it.
Somebody draws
You're
her
not getting
angry
food
eyebrow.
after this. I'm not taking you to get food after this.
Well, you don't need any more actually. So
Oh, all right. Hey,
Okay.
no.
because you already built like a
Not the-
potato.
Go get him. Go hit him. Go kill him.
Oh,
hit the
my
microphone.
All
God.
right, that's enough. That's enough. Bring it back. So talk. No, dude, that's
Shot
trash.
glass.
A-Town Talk gave me that.
That's mine. They gave you the other one.
Oh yeah. All right.
He's like, go ahead and break yours.
Okay.
Dumb ass bitch, bro.
For real. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. God damn. So fun.
Now I'm gonna flip the table.
This, like, I'm sure a lot of like people that are gonna watch that would like if even Grizz wants to like promote that he was on this podcast, he's gonna be like they're gonna watch, they're gonna be like, these guys are fucking idiots.
And that's the fun.
That's the fun, bro. This is Death in a Hoodie. We didn't come here to like we're here for having a good time.
Right.
Yeah, we're not here for a long
Why,
time.
why did your voice go up like that?
Every time I wanna like
You guys have every time you talk like in the morning, you have a time limit you're like allowed to talk for, and then you have to play.
Kind of. I mean, we try to keep it to a certain length, so it's not too long. So like typically, we try not to go over like 4 or 5 minutes. We try to keep it like right around there for each of our little segments as we're talking. But sometimes I don't know. We have fun with whatever we're talking about, and we just keep going. Or sometimes we realize that it wasn't as funny as we thought it was going to be, so we cut it earlier.
After you guys stop talking, are you able to like choose the songs that play after?
So, kind of, like really, really hardcore, kind of. There's, for the most part, it's kind of shifted, and now the way it works is, these playlists are generated.
Okay.
And so we for the most part, have to let them play exactly as they are. But I always think that's such a bummer because when I was a kid, like my favorite thing in the world about radio, like one of the things that wanted exactly was the requests. Yes,
request, yeah.
That was my favorite thing when you would call in and then you'd hear yourself being like, can you guys play blah 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 blah, and then bam, it comes on and you get to hear the song that you requested from the DJ you like.
You call in or you're like the chola calls in. Can they play MC Magic for El Sleepy? You know what I mean?
And we're like, no, because this is the wrong station for that. We don't have that in our radio system. Okay, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when we were younger, like requests that was all over the radio. Like call in.
I think it'd be also kind of like not like nerve wracking to be like, okay, what song do we have to choose next? Like you have to always be like choosing a song.
Well, at least
go
that
next.
eliminates it, right?
But yeah.
I mean, I guess, but I kind of like wish that's how it still was. Because if you like back in the day, that's how it worked. You know, back in the day, the radio DJs, the reason that they were so cool is because they were the ones who were deciding what was the good music.
Yeah.
You know, so if you had a radio if you had a radio DJ who was especially back in the day, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah, they were always at the forefront of it. Or you were getting people who would come and submit their own music, people in the local community, and if the DJ liked it enough, they would play that shit on the air, and it was awesome.
It was like the first way of like you learning about like a new artist coming out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Eminem or like, 50, well, Eminem I was probably like too young, but like 50 Cent, when 50 Cent first came out, you heard him on the radio.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, this, and then they even announced it, like it was like 102. It was like, hey, this new guy just got signed by Dr. Dre and Eminem. This is 50 Cent Wankster in the Club, one of those two, because those were his first two singles. And we would listen. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's good.
Yeah.
And then boom, through the radio, you became a 50 Cent fan.
Yeah.
It wasn't like like TikTok where you hear a song and it's like, oh, I kind of like that song. I'm gonna go
TikTok
download
is
it.
more like the radio now. Like that's where you hear
For
like
finding
the
music.
good music now. Like and then on the radio you're like Taylor Swift or like.
I mean, in
Ariana
general,
Grande.
social media has kind of become one of those things where like, and I think, God, it was on the. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called right now. Is it Rhythm and Flow, the Netflix show where they get the rappers and bring them in?
Rhythm and Flow.
I think who is it? Is Cardi B, who's one of the hosts on that, right?
Oh really?
Yeah, if I remember right, it's Cardi B, and then there's like two other people, Chance the Rapper and T.I. I think is the other one.
On the new one, Ludacris. It's Ludacris and another girl rapper. They changed the host, but I believe
Well, I think it's still Chance, though, right? Because he created the show.
Yeah, he was on there, I think. Yeah.
Well, Cardi B was on there as one of the hosts, and she was talking to them as she was telling them like how they should be making music, and she told them, and I honestly I thought about it, and at the time I think I didn't want to accept it, but now I definitely hear what she was saying. The way that you know a song is going to be popular is if that song winds up being something that is worthy for people to want to like post it with their stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like if that song can fit a vibe or can fit a mood, or if you can think of a lyric in that song, because I think that's what she was talking about. She was like, if there's one line in that is fire enough for somebody to use it as their caption on like social medias, then that's how you know that song is going to be big, right? It's going to have some power to it. And obviously not every single one, but I think about that so much now because that's true. Like when you start hearing songs trending on TikTok videos, that's a lot of the times that song goes up on the charts. You see it on the Billboard charts. That song starts trending. It starts going up because more people are hearing it and more people are sharing it. Social media is just, it's one of those monsters,
It's a
man.
monster.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can put like a song on your note on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How they do
Yeah.
the notes now? Yeah.
And it's changing. It's changing.
Yeah.
It's evolving because of stuff like that.
Yeah, because people are constantly, trying to find the new way of getting like famous. You know what I mean? Like people even like are trying to make TikTok dances to their song and then trying to make the dance go viral before the song actually goes
Yeah.
viral. That's crazy. Like even like how Justin Bieber came up. He came up because of YouTube.
That's true. Yeah.
Soulja Boy came up because of YouTube. You know, their music videos were on there first. And then people were like, "Oh, okay, let's find out more about them." Like,
I think even rock bands, because I think years ago, before like social media was huge, that's how Foreigner, the band Foreigner, the rock band, they got their lead singer through YouTube. I think he's an Asian guy, so he was not a white dude like the original lead singer
he
was.
was the real Foreigner.
But
Sorry, had to do it.
But this dude was doing covers on YouTube, and he sounded so much like the original lead singer that they were like, that guy needs to be with us. And now this random dude who was just singing songs on YouTube is the lead singer of one of the biggest rock bands of all time.
That's crazy.
The internet is such a crazy place because I think that also has something to do with like I don't know if you're like a Slipknot fan.
Oh yeah.
Slipknot, they got their new drummer Eloy Casagrande, and he's from Brazil or something like that.
Wow.
And I'm thinking like they must have seen like in his band that he like from Brazil, like internet clips, and they're like, dude, we got to go get that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's the most talented one.
I mean, at this point, that's like one of the big ways that you do it,
Yeah.
right?
She keeps eating. She keeps
Dude,
eating.
stop eating, bro. So anyways, I kind of want to get back on track here. We were talking about like how like the internet goes crazy, and I think this kind of fits with what I was looking on. This happened about 2 years ago, but it's since like taken on a new monster. Don't read my notes and try to figure out what it is. No, I'm kidding.
I'm looking now.
But do you know Tom Segura, the comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just so everybody knows, he is a secret serial killer. He's killing people over at Lady Bird Lake in Austin. Look it up.
Whoa,
That's probably not true, but because I don't know if you remember, Tom Segura made up that theory about the country singer Garth Brooks.
That's
being
what
a
I was going to
serial
talk
killer.
about.
Yeah.
So yeah, he beat me to it. So Garth Brooks, he pretty much like they were watching it started like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that.
It's been a while now.
They saw like a video of like Garth Brooks just being on Instagram, and he's like promoting a tour, and he's super awkward. Like he does not know how to use Instagram. Like he's like, hey guys, blah, 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 and he's like super corny and cringy. And so they're like, oh my God, like Garth Brooks is supposed to be like this like super famous, and he looks like a dork. He looks like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And so they're joking, and then Tom Segura just makes the one-time joke where he's like, this dude could be a freaking serial killer because he's weird and creepy. And it took on another life.
Yeah.
Where all of the people that were watching his podcast, Your Mom's House, pretty much started like sending Tom clips. If you think he's weird here, check out this. And then like there's an old interview of him like saying like, yeah, I would love to be a villain in a movie, not a hero. He's like, because I'd love to kill a guy. And then like even the host is like looked at him like, oh shit. It's so now on all of his social media, if you look now, I wish I brought this up. Well, we didn't have a podcast back then, but back about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, if you went to Garth Brooks' social media, all of his comments were people from Tom Segura's podcast. Just where are the dead bodies that you've been hiding?
Bodies? Where have you been hiding the bodies? Where are the bodies buried?
Yeah, and just like my grandma's been missing ever since she went to your concert, Garth. Please call me. Like just stupid. They're trolling him big time, and it's just because Tom Segura made a joke.
Yeah, and it started like a feud between them. Like Garth Brooks actively doesn't like Tom Segura now. I think he even like told him off one time. I think somebody asked him about Tom Segura during an interview, and he got mad about it. He was like, "Oh, that guy!" Like he was like pissed off about it.
Yeah,
but I thought it was funny because there was a video that was going around TikTok, and it was just like a dumb viral video. Like it definitely was not real, but the comments on it made me laugh because the video was a theory that ever since Tom Segura moved to Austin, that people have been going missing. And so this is interesting because there actually are people dying at Lady Bird Lake. Yes, in the Lady Bird Lake area in Austin.
Bodies in the lake. Like he'll like drug people at the
oh shit
at 6th Street, and then he'll take them to the river, and then they'll find like bodies
in
there.
The Uno reverse.
So that's what the video is so dumb, but it was somebody who was putting it together and saying, well, ever since Tom Segura moved here this year, that's when the bodies started happening, and that's whatever. So they started
like this whole year, like a really bad year for Austin.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy. So this theory came out, and I remember the comments were all like, "Oh, this was made by Garth Brooks' PR team for sure." And they were trying to pass it back to Tom Segura.
Because for the longest time, Garth Brooks would not acknowledge the comments. People were asking him, what's going on in your people that actually didn't know that Tom Segura's fans were talking, like just actively going every day to Garth Brooks' Instagram and just commenting, where are the bodies, Garth? Where's my mom? Where's my aunt?
Yep.
And he would just like, the internet's just a stupid place. It doesn't exist. Like he was just like one of those guys.
But secretly.
And really what he could have done, and it would have ended it right then and there, is accepted that Tom Segura was joking with him.
And he's
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
that was
He's like, he's
okay,
like, it's a
whatever.
comedian fucking with me, and he's having fun. He says, I don't like it, but if he thinks it's funny, it's fine.
They made it worse.
That would have made it better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because when you don't acknowledge something, everyone's like, oh, so there's something to worry
Right,
about.
right.
Like,
Yeah, so it kind of kept feeding, and now
Yeah.
it turned into such a big monster that any social media that you go to of Garth Brooks, the comments are all disabled. You cannot comment on anything on his Instagram, on his Facebook, on anything.
aw, that's
I love
sad.
it. Nah, fuck Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. That dude, you know that Apple Music, you can't listen to his music on Apple Music. I think he only has like 2 songs.
What?
I don't know if it's changed recently, but he doesn't like for people to stream his music without him getting paid for his music.
I mean, there's a lot of artists out there who are on the same stuff, because Spotify and all these streaming services, they don't really pay you all that much. So you could get like a billion streams and you'll make like $13.
Yeah,
Damn,
it's
really?
like you
Jeez, that
now
sucks.
the way people make, and this is also I think part of this is my theory, that the reason why concerts are so expensive is because they have to make up for the money that they didn't make from music. From record sales.
Well, that and because
make it seem like it-
Ticketmaster's a son of a bitch.
yeah.
Dude, the fees
But
on
the
Ticketmasters
fees,
are
yeah,
ridiculous.
It's like a service
dude.
fee, cleaning
Yeah.
fee. I'm like, what the hell? I'll take out my own trash, bro. Like, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Cleaning fee.
It's because it's like your total, and then there's like 4 of them, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are these 4
Yeah.
fees for?
They give you a million extra ones. They suck. Ticketmaster suck. Ticketmaster, you suck.
And then there's not really like a good alternative right now. I mean,
No.
you're kind of looking like everybody talks about like StubHub, but like StubHub has fees.
Yeah,
and-
they're just as bad.
SeatGeek is almost the same too.
yeah.
Eventbrite? What about that?
TickPick.
Eventbrite
I think
is more
Eventbrite is
like
more local.
Local events. Like you can put an event on Eventbrite just to like sell, like have an online ticket service, but they're more like small potatoes.
Yeah, yeah.
They still charge a fee though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if it says your ticket $20, it's not $20.
Yeah.
It's like 27.
When I do the ghost tours, we sell the tickets on Eventbrite, and I have to pay a fee, or if I'm selling a certain amount of tickets, it starts charging the fee to the the event goers.
They have
I
to
think
make
the
somehow.
box
the
office is just the
attendees.
best way to do it, right? I think that's where you're usually going to get like the lowest price, but box office is also like not always as convenient.
Yeah.
People don't want to. People don't want to go anywhere now.
Because if you anytime that you buy something online, it's way easier, right? If you buy your
Yes.
tickets online, you could choose where you're going to be sitting. If you
Yeah.
go into the box office, I mean, I think they can give you like a general area, but you don't really get to actually decide where you're going to be at. You know, there's a lot of differences.
It's a lot of differences. It's a lot of. I think the convenience of just getting on your phone and be like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna
by the
go
time that
see
you get there and like
Taylor Swift tomorrow.
all the tickets are going to be gone.
That's
So,
true.
moral of the story: Tom Segura is killing people in Austin.
It's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
I actually wrote an article because for the radio, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we have to write articles. We write articles, local articles about whatever's happening. Like today, I wrote an article about how you can apply to be the year's driver for the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and they pay you like $36,000 a year plus benefits, and they pay you to like drive around and everything. Literally, they give you like vouchers for whatever cities you go to stay in hotels
Dude,
and
I'll
everything.
drive a big wiener.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pause.
And if you've seen the picture, no, don't pause. You drive that wiener, baby. But if you've seen the pictures of the inside is nice as hell. It's like
Yeah.
a whole like hotel suite in
Yes,
there.
dude. It's I've seen like people. I don't know what what video like where I saw it on, but like somebody would like take a tour of the Oscar Mayer
TikTok.
Wienermobile.
Yeah,
And you go in and
probably.
it's like they have a bed, they have like a little mini fridge. And
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Like, it's like
And it's stocked with just wieners, which is awesome. Yeah. You'll never need anything while
I
you're
saw
on the
one
road.
of a boot one time.
A boot?
Yeah. It
Like
was
a boot car?
Yeah, it was a brand.
Nice.
It was a
Justin, probably. But yeah, dude, I'd probably be like, I'm tired of hot dogs. I'm tired of like month number 2. I'm like,
You're over it.
no more hot dogs.
I can't do this. Now I understand why they give us such good medical. All we have to eat is hot dogs. No, but I wrote an article. One of the articles I wrote, I remember I wrote it about that. When I saw that TikTok, I was like, that's hilarious. They want us to like focus on local stuff. So, local means either here in El Paso or anywhere in
Or
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. So I wrote about Tom Segura supposedly being a serial killer. And I did it real like sarcastic. Like I wasn't being serious because I
Yeah.
knew that the video was a joke too.
Right.
And I thought it was funny. And I even linked the video video up there, and they almost took it down. The corporate after I posted it, they were telling me, they were like, hey, no, you need to take this down. They're like, you're not allowed to have this up, and I fought for it. I was like, I don't know if you guys actually read it. I was like, but it's a joke. It's definitely not serious, and it's based on a joke that Tom Segura had made about Garth Brooks. And so they went back and they looked at it and they were like, they never got back to me. But they didn't take it down either. So I'm assuming it was fine. Yeah. But I'm glad they didn't, because it was actually one of the articles that wound up doing really well for me. Like a lot of people were clicking on it.
Cool. Yeah. I'm glad that I brought it up, because I had it on here to talk about. Like, wow, what a coincidence. I didn't even know that freaking Tom Segura got it flipped on him.
It was twisted.
When I went the first time to that town that should not be said anymore.
Oh. Georgetown.
Somebody had sent, one of my friends had sent me a TikTok, and they're like, hey, you need to be careful. Like, this is actually happening. Like, this is not a joke. Like, you gotta go see this. And then they told me to go to the place that people were going missing. I was like, I'm not gonna go over there.
Why would you go there? This is where people end up missing?
Street. It's like another one. It's a different, it's like more north or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, well, isn't it where the river is, no?
Yeah, but there's a certain they call it a certain area, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Dude, why would you go? Why would you try to go missing? You know what I mean?
Well,
I just wanted to go see it. Maybe I could solve the crime.
You know,
maybe they're only kidnapping dudes.
They are actually. They said that they were going more towards guys.
Yeah. So you can't go down there.
Yeah.
That's weird, bro. That's crazy. But it's like the natural thing to be curious, huh? Where you hear gunshots outside and you open
instead of running away, you're like, what's going on? I feel like that's a Mexican thing now. Like Mexicans, black people probably.
We hear gunshots outside, we're like, let's go outside, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Who got shot?
What's going on?
It's
did you hear that?
And then on the Ring app.
All our neighbors outside.
On the Ring app? Yeah, that's where I was talking about that a couple episodes back.
You don't like the Ring app?
No.
Dude, because it's always like gunshots or fireworks.
Lost dog. Is this anybody's dog?
Did somebody pick up my package? Like, dude, if somebody pick up your package, they're not going to give it back to you.
That's thoughtful as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Grizz, dude, we've been chilling for an hour with you, and I really appreciate it. We try to keep our podcast around an hour because people's attention span is just terrible. And if you, I just kind of wanted to get to the last thing before, because the New Year's coming up. We have one more podcast until it's 2025.
Oh, yeah.
So do you have any New Year's resolutions, or do you believe in that?
I guess it's not that I don't believe in it. I think it's just that, I just accomplish stuff. So, I don't need to make New Year's resolutions.
Do you sound like
I just be successful?
Sounded like Ricky Bobby. He's like, I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. Oh yeah, bro.
That's basically me. I'm number one.
Oh yeah, dude.
I honestly, man, I don't know. I think I used to be a big like New Year's resolutions person, and I used to try and knock stuff out. But I think because of ADHD and shit, I don't fucking know. I suck at sticking to a list, you know. So for the most part, I think now I kind of just make a list of things that I'd like to do. Mm-hmm. I make a list of stuff that I'm interested in, or things that I told myself I was like, oh yeah, you know what, I kind of want to do more of this in the next year, or I want to make sure that I learn this thing, and it's something that I was already trying to learn, but I just wasn't putting as much time into it. I just make a list of stuff that I'm gonna try and be more on top of, and so far that's worked out for me.
That's dope, man. That's badass.
I've wound up being pretty successful with the stuff that I want to do, and I keep making moves, as they say, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So
yeah, bro. Yeah, congrats. I mean, I know that you just celebrated a year being at 93.1.
No, not yet. It's 9 months, believe it or not. So far.
I thought you said December of last year. Oh, December of last year
they first hit me up. Yeah, and then we didn't officially start on the air until March. So
okay,
nice.
You're coming up almost on the year. 9 months in. That's cool, man. That's cool, and I love the chemistry that you and Iris have. I think it's so funny. And then Iris, Mija, yes you can. We will get you. Yes you can come out on Death in a Hoodie. So we'll get back with her on that, and maybe we'll have you on again and do another thing.
I mean, you guys let me know. This was a lot of fun, and at some point I'd really like to see you two fight. So that would be pretty cool. I think if I'm here more, that'll happen.
Maybe if we do a live event. get a ring. Maybe we'll talk to 93.1 for them to sponsor. And
Yeah.
like, Eric and Sonny are gonna.
We'll call Mike Tyson and Jake Paul and see if they want
We
to come
could have
back
done it at
out.
Winterfest. I'm just saying. They had a stage.
They had a stage.
We'll throw you in the skate rink. You know?
Just like
Have you guys slide around while you're fighting each other.
That would be fun.
Oh,
I'd love to
shit.
see that.
I know, yeah, you're right. I'll throw Eric in there. He can't stand. He won't be able to stand up.
You don't know
He's
how,
the
you don't know how to ice
biggest-
skate?
I've never done it before.
Oh man, what a bitch.
You see what it feels like? Stop calling people bitches.
I don't know how to ice skate, man. I'm a bitch too.
I like it. Okay, Grizz, 2 more questions and then I'll let you go, I promise.
all
One question. Being that you've now found success in radio, what would you say to somebody that is about to start their journey in either podcasting or radio that you wish somebody had told you at the beginning?
I think, you know what? I honestly, I think I think the biggest thing is to just keep working at it. I think a lot of people, and I say this for pretty much everything, but I genuinely believe that there are a lot of people who don't follow this anymore. I genuinely believe that it's like a bit of advice that we don't see happening as often, and especially with younger people. Not you, you're doing stuff. I think so. I mean, I don't know you very well, but I think you're. But one of the things that I think I see a lot is I think people, maybe because of social media, maybe because of like media nowadays, movies, whatever it happens to be. I don't know what it is exactly, but it feels like there's something that makes people not want to stick to stuff if they're not immediately good at it. You know, like you see somebody try something new and they don't get it right away or within the first couple of tries, and they just stop doing it. You know, and even if it's something that they told, you know, their parents, they're like, oh, I really, really, really want to do this. I love it so much, blah, 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 blah. And then they start doing it and then they just stop. I just keep trying at stuff. I was not the best at this when I first started. When I was starting on the radio, I didn't really have my voice yet, you know? Like
Right.
I had my voice, what it was, but I didn't know what a radio voice was. And it took time. It took me listening to other people who were telling me that I wasn't doing it as good, and me being like, okay, I'm not going to get mad at the criticism. I'm not going to get upset with it. I'm going to listen to the people who know better than me. And if I care about this enough, I'm going to change. I'm going to work hard on what I need to work on. And that's one of the things that Iris and I have been doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're learning more how to be like a radio show duo. And we are taking the advice from people who've been in this industry for years and years. And even though sometimes we feel like it's a little like counterintuitive, you know, like what they tell us to do feels like it doesn't make sense to our audience or like it doesn't make sense to what our show is, we still try it. We make these changes. We try things. We allow ourselves to fail or to do something that might not be as popular so that we can figure it out.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to just try shit, be bad at it so that you can be good at it.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that's really good advice. I like that. We're big fans on sticking to it. You know what I mean? This is episode 39, and there's been a couple times where we're like, man, we wish we could get more traction, but we're like, nah, we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. And then eventually, you know, we'll get there. But
I believe in it.
thanks, man. Thanks. You know, glad that you took time out of your day to spend it with us.
Yeah.
You know, you could be out watching another one of your 25 movies,
I will be after this.
but you're here with us.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way is today. Okay. I like that one. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay. Last question. What is your favorite emoji?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, my favorite emoji is, hold on, let me find it because I actually do have one. I think about it all the time. It's shit. Let me pull up the emojis real quick. Hold up.
Do it.
I gotta look at the whole list. I know I should just have it, but there is one that I like better than all of them, and it is it's the little emoji that looks like he's tired. You know, and he's like breathing out. He's like sighing. He's got the little puff, of air there.
Okay.
You see that one?
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
right.
That guy.
That guy.
I don't know why that one's my favorite because I can use it for because I can use it to be like I'm smoking weed, but I can also use it to be like I'm fucking tired.
It is the chameleon of emojis, as they say.
That's my favorite. That's a good question.
Thank you, guys. Hey, well, if you got to the end of this podcast and you want to show Grizz that you did get to the end of this podcast, put the tired blowing out steam emoji, blowing out smoke emoji in the comments. And also, where can they find you, Grizz, online?
Yeah, on almost all of my social medias, TikTok, Threads, Instagram. I am at the King Grizz. 2 G's. At the King Grizz. My Facebook, you don't need to know. All right?
Yeah.
You follow me on the other ones. My Facebook is for family, those nerds. Follow me at the King Grizz right now. I'm doing my 25 movies in 25 days. So I got a bunch of movie reviews up, and I'll be doing them until December is over. And on top of that, you can see all the other cool stuff we do and all the shows that we have for the Barbed Wire Open Mic. And you can even come out to the special, Grizz Presents. We do those once a month. We bring in a bigger artist in the city, somebody who's out there working really hard, getting lots of gigs, getting their name out there. We bring them on the radio so that they can play their music live for the city, and then we bring them onto a big show. Yeah, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. I like bringing up the artists that are in the city who deserve that attention. Those people who are working their asses off. So Grizz Presents, the King Grizz. Follow me.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. You see that? That's a professional. That's a radio DJ, baby. I didn't even have to say shit. I'm like, where can they find you? Boom, plug. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Please try to subscribe to our YouTube. We're almost at 300 subscribers. It means the world to us. Do it. And we'll see you on the next one. Love you.